Hi guys, it's me, Delicious Delights. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about YSL Black Opium. This is a best to worst video. What I do is I do mini reviews of perfumes in this line. I know there's a ton of flankers to Black Opium. I only have 3 here that I'll talk about today. I'll be talking obviously about the original EDP, and then the Nuit Blanche, then the Floral Shock, and then finally the Intense version. So I'll give mini reviews of those, and at the very end of this video, I'll rank them from my least favorite to my most favorite. So it's going to be quite a long video, but a very important one because honestly, this video has been requested by many of you. Over the years, people have asked me what I think about Black Opium, and for some reason I never made a video on it. But finally I'm ready to do that. So let's begin, shall we? So the first one I want to talk about is Black Opium, the original one, the Eau de Parfum, that was released in 2014. Super popular fragrance. Since then, it's been popular, and like 5 years later, now in 2019, it's just as popular. Black Opium Eau de Parfum. Have a little decant here that I've been using to test. Obviously, these have all been tested on my skin several times. Wow. Black Opium is super sweet. It has notes of vanilla, coffee, pear, jasmine, bitter almond, licorice. Really nice notes by the sound of it. Really sweet notes. And yes, this is super sweet. I barely get any coffee, if at all. If I didn't know what the notes were and you just gave me this and I sniffed this blind, I wouldn't be like, oh, that's a coffee perfume. Not at all. To me, it's more like a vanilla / black licorice scent. On my skin, it smells straight up like black licorice for sure. And when I was younger, I never really liked the smell or taste of black licorice. And I even remember, like, I'd get like a bag of jelly beans, and the black ones, the black jelly beans, which also smells like black licorice to me, I would always like either throw them away or like throw them at my brother or something because I did not like them. But now that I'm older, I do like the smell of black licorice. And the opening on my skin smells like black licorice, vanilla, and some spice. The spice in here is pink pepper, and I definitely get that spicy vanilla black licorice scent. It's a nice scent, you guys. It does not smell like, I get why people like it, but it's very familiar, very popular. If you go out in town, you'd probably smell someone around you that smells similar to this or wearing Black Opium because it is that popular. In the dry down of Black Opium, I'm left with an earthy, musky scent. It's still sweet though. It's like sweet from beginning to end. It's quite dark and heavy as well. Yeah, and I can understand why people would like this. It's just mass appealing, sweet, heavy, kind of coffee-ish scent. As I said, if you gave this to me blind, I wouldn't be like, that's coffee scent. But a lot of people say that they get really nice coffee notes, a coffee scent on their skin when they wear it. But yeah, if I'm looking for it, maybe in the background somewhere, there is a distant hint of a dark roast coffee bean. But mostly black licorice, vanilla, spices, musk, patchouli. Patchouli way in the background, but it does give weight to this perfume. Okay, so that was Black Opium, the original EDP from 2014. Next up, we have Black Opium Nuit Blanche. Where's my sample? I have a sample here. Nuit Blanche, Night White, or White Night, I guess. This one was released in 2016, 2 years after. Notes in here are vanilla. They have really nice notes in this one. Vanilla, coffee, caramel, rice, milk, pepper, coriander. I was mostly interested in the caramel and milky notes since those are some of my favorite notes. But Black Opium Nuit Blanche kind of smells the same in the opening to me as the original. I smell a lot of black licorice as well. On my skin, it's mostly black licorice. Maybe a far, far, far distant hint of a coffee bean scent, but it's just like barely there. I still get spices in this one, but they're different spices than the one that I smelled on my skin with the original. The spices in here are pepper, anise, and coriander. Yeah, I do get that spiciness. Slightly different from the original though, but not so different. The dry down of Nuit Blanche on my skin smells extremely similar to the original. It's still quite musky, earthy, dark, heavy, super, super sweet as well. But at the end of the day, I was kind of expecting a nice addition of milk and caramel or some kind of combination of that and rice, but I literally get none of that, which kind of left me disappointed. And to be honest, I find the Nuit Blanche version to be super similar to the original version. Not exactly, but similar enough for me that if I were to own either of them, I wouldn't need to own both. But I think it smells okay, you know? It does not smell bad at all. But yeah, Nuit Blanche, Black Opium, that was the mini review for that. The next one I want to talk about is Black Opium Floral Shock. I have a sample here. I can quickly show you what the bottle looks like. Has the pink part in the bottom. Floral Shock was released in 2017. I have reviewed this one a long time ago, 2 years ago, so I can link that for you guys in the description box if you guys want to see that. So Floral Shock is so much different from the other two, like completely different. This one more is a fruity scent, a fruity and floral scent, which is a nice contrast from like the heavy, dark, vanilla, musky thing from the other two. Floral Shock has notes of pear, gardenia, coffee, solar notes, white flowers, and musk. I know that Floral Shock, in a write-up somewhere I read, they say that it does give off an iced coffee accord. But unfortunately on me, I don't get any iced coffee at all. I wish I did. Yeah, for some reason, the coffee notes in Black Opium just do not appear on my skin. And if they do, it's just like that's the most slightest hint of it that you can barely smell it. But as I said, Floral Shock smells really, really fruity in the opening. There's this really nice watery pear that I get. It's more fresher, it's cooler. My hair is in my face, sorry. It's fresher, it's a cooler version of Black Opium, maybe more so for warmer weather, whereas the other two probably better in cooler weather or colder weather. There's citruses in the opening in this one, and I really do get a very obvious candied pear note, which is nice. It's very, very prominent on my skin, really nice and fresh, and it honestly doesn't even smell like a Black Opium flanker at all. It smells like the YSL could have released this as a completely different fragrance with a different name. The dry down of this is quite a warm, musky scent. I do get some light florals in here. It is sweet, but mostly sweet from fruit, especially pear. And I get a nice vanilla in here. It feels very, very crisp and clean and very, very light. So although I don't get this iced coffee thing that I was expecting, I think it smells pretty good, you guys. yeah, pretty good. And I'll just leave it at that. So the last one here that I want to talk about is the newest version of Black Opium. That is the Eau de Parfum Intense, sorry. There's the sample. This one has a gorgeous blue, electric blue bottle, which is really, really nice in person when I saw it. Let's get this on a test strip. Okay, so Black Opium EDP Intense was released in 2019. It has notes of coffee, vanilla, blue absinthe, licorice, and boysenberry. But to me, the opening is where I actually get coffee. Whereas in the other ones, it's either barely there or not there at all. I do get a very, very, very dark coffee bean scent in the intense version. Plus, I do get like a musk as well. So basically, dark roast coffee bean and musk. And as this fragrance dries, it's mostly a burnt, nutty smell. And I have to emphasize the burnt feeling. Like if you left nuts too long on a stovetop and then it starts getting black, like a black skin, that's what I get. But it's like a sweet version of that. So if you can imagine like sweetened nuts that's been left too long in a pan so that it's burnt, that's pretty much what Black Opium EDP Intense is. I still get a musky, a very, very strong musky feeling, musky scent from beginning to end with Black Opium EDP Intense. I don't really have much more to say other than that. All right, so now I'm going to rank these ones quickly from my least favorite to my most favorite of these. My least favorite of these is the Black Opium Intense version that I just talked about. It has really interesting notes, but I just found this to be the most least interesting of them. I don't know, I just feel like, I don't know, I just didn't like the smell basically. Well, I think it's okay. And it lasts, I will say that this fragrance lasts the best out of all of these four. But I guess this fragrance just doesn't work for me. It doesn't do anything for me. It just not something that I would probably ever want to reach for. I don't really want to smell like burnt nuts. And the coffee in here is just not enough coffee. Even though this has I do get coffee notes on my skin in this one, it's just not enough. I want more coffee in my life. I want to actually have a noticeable, literal coffee scent, but it just doesn't do anything for me, you guys. Okay, in third place, my third favorite of these is Black Opium Nuit Blanche from 2016. I just find this one to be too similar to the Black Opium, the original Black Opium. I think it smells nice, but just too similar, kind of pointless, to be honest. And I was disappointed that I didn't get any caramel on me or milky notes or rice notes. But who knows, maybe you guys get that on your skin. On me, just kind of a pointless release because it's just too similar on my skin to the original. Okay, so my second favorite of these is the Floral Shock from 2017. I don't get the iced coffee in here, no, but I think it's still a quite pleasant scent. Really fresh, fruity, crisp, clean. I'm not really sure if this, I don't know, I guess it's just so much different from the other Black Opium. Like I don't really sense a connection between them. And as I said before, this seems like it could be a completely different fragrance, not as a flanker of Black Opium. But that said, the pear note is really, really nice on me, really watery, fresh, refreshing, crisp. And the florals are nice in here, and it's just a really nice, pleasant fragrance that you could probably wear as an everyday scent. Easy to wear, non-offensive, and just nice. And in number 1 spot, of course, is the original Black Opium from 2014. Pretty much just a black licorice vanilla spicy scent on me. And because I like the smell of black licorice now, I like this one. I do. It fails as a coffee scent, yes, but that aside, I think that it's a really, really nice black licorice scent. I want to know if you guys get black licorice on your skin with this one, because I can't think anything else. Like, I'm literally thinking like a big bunch of like black licorice, like tied around with a string. I have like a big bunch of it, and I have like beside that a big bowl of black jelly beans. That's what I think about mostly when I smell this. Maybe it's like some, what is it called? Dark roast coffee beans way, way, way in the distance in another room somewhere. But yeah, it's good. It's good. Do I own it? Would I ever buy it? Probably not, because it is so familiar. It's so popular. And that's not the really reason, but I think that even though I think this smells really nice, I just don't think it's like super, super special. But obviously it's special to a lot of people because it is a bestseller and a lot of people love it. But for me, just falls short, I think. Good as a decant, like I'm glad to wear. I'm happy to wear the rest of this decant, which is now, I don't know, about half or so. But for a bottle, probably not. Probably not. Anyways, so those are my thoughts on Black Opium and 3 of the flankers. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'd like to know in the comments what you think about these fragrances, maybe some other flankers that you've tried that you liked, which is your favorite, which is your least favorite. Do you even like Black Opium, or do you think it's like totally overrated? Anything you want to say, let me know in the comments. Yeah, and that's it for me. So thanks so much for watching, and I will be back with more videos soon. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.